Well, here we are again, leaving off from our last position at Kearney. We head eastward to the small town of Tamora, Nebraska, where we have a very great surprise awaiting. At Tamora, Nebraska, we see FCA 1096, which is in the Conrail scheme, and IBCX 7309, which is in the classic Indiana Railroad scheme, sitting by the BNSF Ravenna subdivision. These units are most likely dead and not in use, signaled by all the missing parts and cables going into these boxes. Going over BNSF's Hobson Yard in Lincoln, Nebraska, we see a Santa Fe war bonnet switching with a Burlington Northern SD40-2. The next morning we leave to go back to Tamora, and on the way we drive by Hobson and see tons of cool things, like a GATX SD40-2 that's in the original First Union Rail Scheme, or FURX. You can also see some Burlington Northern Grinstein SD70 Max, some H1 B40-8s, and some switches in there, which is pretty cool.
Quarter of a mile, turn right.
Here we are back at Tamora to get a more clear sight of the two fossils. After Tamora, we go north to Fremont, Nebraska, which lies on the Overland Route. In the distance, we see a GP30 numbered 5001, which used to be one of the only GP30s built for the Canadian Pacific in GMD specs. UP 7027 leads this eastbound intermodal. UP 7727 takes the charge of this westbound stack train. UP 7964 trails on this train, which used to have a large sticker on its nose which said it was the 5,000th ES-44 built by GE. UP 5534 handles the middle of this train. UP 6511 takes the lead of this westbound mixed freight. We now enter Iowa. We go to the CN Yard office in Council Bluffs, and there we see CN 5378 and 5463 paired together. In a big surprise, we see UP 1943 sitting at the UP shops prepping for the Toys for Tots train in Houston, Texas. At the Bartlett grain elevator, we see BARX 4331, which is an EMD GP7R, originally built for the Chicago Northwestern as a CNW 4331. Its colors are also bleeding through. By a scrapyard next to the elevator, we find the shell of a Burlington Northern NW5 and an Alco. This is a sight to see as the NW5 model is already extremely rare and barely any examples remain. In the distance, we see our first Iowa interstate train. We then leave to go to La Plata, Missouri. As soon as we get to La Plata, Missouri, the train is already rolling through. This train is one of many we will see this time.